Welcome back to episode 8, I believe, of What If Civilization Started Over. And in the last episode, we saw basically the war over here between, well, technically the unitary war, I guess, is what you'd call it, and the uniting of these religious peoples between these two. And then this guy invaded this part, so then the king thought he was all that and invaded this part, and a war right here. We also saw Iberia get split. These guys, all these countries formed. This formed and these formed. I also want to talk about. So I have this like layer that I have on like low tolerance, but on another like layer, so I can toggle it on and off. But as you can see, there's like a detailed world map. It's like we can see where like mountains are and deserts, like so we can see the Sahara better and stuff like this. But let's get on to the first section of the video. In the first event of the video, we're going to have this orange country declaring war on this blue country because, well, they're religiously split. This northern part shares like a group with this Iranian Persian country, and this southern part shares one with this orange country. And what's orange religion? Oh, I probably should talk about that. So this northern European part of the religion is like a separate branch of this orange one right here. I'm going to turn off the detailed world map so you can see it better. Yeah, so this is a separate branch. These lighter colors are a separate branch from this. Denmark and this like Königsberg country are the same religion. This red religion is all this. This is its own branch. It's a little bit darker. That's its own branch. It's a little bit lighter. This purple country is its own. This purple religion is its own religion. This is its own religion, but this religion lost their land here in a war, so that might be changing. Slime religion is all this, and then this is a branch. These two are the same religion. This is a different religion. This is a different religion. This is a different religion. This is its own religion. So we got these, basically every color is its own religion except for the slightly different colors. Those are branches. But as you can see, this blue country right here is split. So, well, the first thing we have is this orange king talking to this Iranian king and saying like, hey, we should jointly jump this country. And well, Iran agrees, and we see this blue country getting invaded. So the first thing that happens in the war is well, this orange team pushing in like there, taking all this. By the way, so I know I've talked about this species thing in the last episode, or in all the previous episodes. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm just going to use this as like the original spot from where they started now. It's not different species. I feel like that's a little weird, but yeah, they're all human. And yeah, I mean, people up here are going to be like paler, and like it's just stuff how like genetic variation stuff works. So I'm getting rid of the species thing, and now it's just where they started from. And this country was split between those, and before it was like the unitary thing between those, and yeah, I'm getting rid of that. And well, in the war we have Iran fully focusing on this desert area right up here, just capturing the country instantly. And well, with this country kind of also like agreeing with this, they take all this land pretty quickly and push into this part and push into the UAE. But this country here isn't very happy about that. But they won't do anything right now because, well, they can't really. And they end up taking this southern land right here. Let's actually look at the detailed world map. There's like a mountain range right here actually. So we're going to see this like country right here hold out here, but starting to be pushed around like here and stuff. And well, we also do end up seeing this like country make a landing here and take this and then push into these guys. Like these guys had pretty good relations before, but they're just like pushing back so they can end up like taking and saving as much of the land as possible. And well, yeah, we're gonna also see well, Iran take the rest of this. And well, Egypt doesn't really like Iran very much, so they end up joining the war on the side of these two. Well, this country's not really on a side per se, just they are like in the war just to get land for themselves and just hold this area. But this Egyptian country wants land, and well, they're gonna slightly start an invasion of Iran. They're gonna push in. I'm sorry if you're colorblind, I can kind of barely see this, but yeah, they're pushing into this part of Iran, and well, they're pushing toward their biggest city, which is going to be this city right here. They push in toward this, but well, with Yemen, this Yemenese country, not liking that Egypt's expanding into their coalition member friend, I guess, technically, like honorary friend, they start pushing into this guy, and well, push up the coast pretty quickly, going toward the twin major cities, these two major cities that are right next to each other, and well, they capture them, but then Egypt almost instantly takes them back, and then this country is starting to try and go around it, but Egypt is starting to look like they're gonna win, like no, not that. Egypt is starting to look like they're gonna win pretty badly, take all this land, and well, they start rolling through this Iranian land here, and I gotta draw this part in, hold on. They end up taking this, so I did separate the two things so I know what country is what. This orange country, like this country's still holding out right here, but they're not looking too hot right now, and well, they're pushing in here, and all this land is taken. Yeah, all this land is taken pretty quickly, and they're rolling through this. They end up taking all of it, like all this, and well, Carthage being the #1 strongest country. Let's look at the thing real quick. Yeah, Carthage being #1 doesn't like this expansion on their borders, so obviously they're going to expand into Egypt, but not in like the direct way you're gonna think. They're gonna fund a rebellion movement in Libya. Let's draw what they look like. So we have this like Libyan country breakaway thingy, and obviously they want to liberate as much of the land as they can, and well, Carthage is fully just in the war now, but they're not moving troops through. They're giving their troops, like, they're aiding this country by giving them troops, and well, this country is obviously going to be pretty strong then, and but with Egypt being number third strongest country, they're rolling through this like pretty badly. Yeah, they take all this land. It's not looking too good, and well, Egypt is basically crapping themselves right now. They're like crap, because Iran is rolling through this land, retaking this, and well, they're also retaking this land, and yeah, with that happening, it's not looking too good for Egypt now. This just became an Egypt jumping. Like before it was this country jumping. They're still holding on somehow. I don't know how that's happening. I mean, this country's still aiding them, but still, yeah, Iran is just pushing in all of this land. Like all this is retaken. Yeah, it's not looking too good for this country now. Yeah, they're pushing out from this part, and they go through here. They're with all this parts. Pull up the trade route layer real quick. They end up pushing over this northern part, blocking off Turkey from getting any land too. They take this, and now they're pushing down the trade route. They take this like Jerusalem major city, and yeah, they end up taking this, and well, Egypt like takes the rest. Egypt takes like something like that, and or not Egypt, Yemen takes something like that, and well, Egypt is like, crap, do we surrender? And obviously their answer is never. They never surrender, and well, split in two, and well, with Iran pushing in toward them, it's not looking too good. And then we also have a rebellion in the south, another rebellion in the south. We have like a Sudanese breakaway at this point. They are just going up this like trade route, or yeah, it's not looking too good. It's like a revolutionary government, but also a breakaway. And while they're rolling through this land pretty badly, it's looking pretty rough for Egypt at this point. Like, they're losing all this land, and Libya takes the rest of it, and well, at this point they get captured. And let's look at a peace deal between these guys. All right, in the peace deal, we do see this happening. This blue country doesn't exist anymore. It's been divided, basically, like partitioned completely. This is the old, what do I call it? Like, this is like a puppet state. It's like the puppet government version of this country over here, but now they got moved over here, and now they're a puppet of this country. And we also see this becoming a country. This Sudanese country, and Egypt just looking something like this now. Libya got big. Carthage got basically like 3 free new allies. And Iran is huge now too. Drawing capital cities real quick. Alright, so we see the capital of this country basically being moved to here. This country's capital being moved here. This capital here. This capital here. Yeah, Carthage basically just gained a free new ally, and they actually end up creating an alliance. So let's see what that alliance looks like as a counter to this anti-Carthage alliance. Let's see what that alliance looks like. So basically we have Carthage making like a bigger alliance here. Like the alliance looks something like this. Yeah, it's a really strong alliance. It's kind of crazy how strong it is. It's got this part of Egypt, this old part of Egypt, this old part of Egypt, this old part of Egypt, and Yemen, who is, I would remind you, number 4, but now technically with Egypt falling, they're number 5, but with Egypt falling, they're now number 4. And technically Carthage gained even more strength, so now there's basically like a big divide between number 1 and 2, but number 1 and 2 barely know each other exist, so yeah, we have the borders of the Middle East looking basically just 3 countries control the entire thing, besides like this little bit right here, but like that don't matter. We also see a war, another war, 2 wars in one episode. Crazy, I know. In the next part of the video, we see another war. We see this, or war-ish. Well, we see this country go into civil war. Let's see what provinces, areas break away. So we see these areas like rise up in revolution. It's like not looking good for this blue country because their capital is right here, surrounded already, and these southern provinces are scared because, well, let's look at the ideology layer. Fascist expansion, or dictatorship expansionist. These countries right here are dictator expansionists. So they're gonna want to expand. So I'd be a little careful because you might get jumped, but let's commence with the Civil War and see what it looks like. In the first days of the Civil War, we do have this like revolutionary government pushing out here and taking a good chunk of this southern part here pretty quickly, honestly. But then there's like a stalemate between these 2 cities. Like they get to like about there, and then there's a stalemate, and well, now we're gonna get to like the really populated city fighting. We're gonna see this happen, and well, this blue country's calling out for help for wherever they can get help, and well, they're actually gonna surprisingly get help from somebody. This gray country is gonna help this blue country like restore themselves, I guess. In this western part, I'm gonna draw in their army as blue because they're restoring this blue country. And honestly, it's kind of surprising these guys are helping each other because each of these claim to be like the red team, but the red team doesn't exist anymore. So they're like trying to help each other because if they can help each other, they can maybe like help each other reform the red team. And yeah, and well, they're pushing out from here, and they like block off this, and they start pushing deep into this, like encircle some people there, and they're pushing out here, and well, it's actually not looking too good for the revolutionists in this part of the country. But the sad thing is this part over here just gets captured, and now it's a holdout here. And while this country is now also being supplied by this country because they don't want these revolutionary ideas to spread among their people, because these revolutionary ideas are common in all of these countries except for this one and basically these smaller states. The revolutionary ideas are popular in this state, and this state. So it's kind of cooked if this revolutionary idea spreads to any of these, especially this one because they're the strongest out of these Indian subcontinent area. Also, I do need to talk about something. They're in the Indian plateau, so honestly, I'm going to quickly just take away land from them. It's not like they lost it. I mean, they did, but I don't think it's realistic. Hold on, let me fix up this border real quick. So I did fix the borders up here, well, with this blue country now getting support from this gray country, well, they're starting to roll through this, and I mean, this group does end up actually taking the capital, and now they're trying to hold a defensive line. But I mean, it's not looking too good for them, but they are starting to push back into this territory. They get about like this far. They get about that far, and well, they can't get any more, but they're trying really hard. Like, they end up sending a boat out even. Like, they're trying to have naval invasion in a land war, which is kind of crazy, but this country's got a decent navy, so well, they end up pushing right to the capital right here, and well, they try and make a landing here, and they land and they lose it instantly. Yeah, it didn't really work too well for them, but now they're holding a defensive, like a strong defensive, like nothing's getting past. Yeah, they're not like, this is the capital of the, like, this revolutionary country. Like, it's really not looking for this too good for this blue country, because, well, they can't push in, like, every time they try to. It's just, they get like maybe that far. There's little bumps, but this becomes like a stalemate after like a few years. This is what the border ends up looking like. It becomes like a giant stalemate, and this war goes on for a while. Like, at this point, these guys you just annex that, and you just annex this, and well, it's basically split now. These guys can't really push any further, but there's still active conflict. I'm gonna just draw in a little that. There is that basically right now. After a couple decades, this is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, it's not looking too good for these guys. It's really not looking too good, especially when this country pushes back over here and takes this. But then now it's fully stalemated. It's stalemated even more. So these guys are just thinking of maybe piecing it out. These guys want to piece it out, but these guys this gray country at this point is not letting them piece it out, because if, like I said, if this revolutionary idea gets to the rest of these countries, then the rest of these countries are cooked. So they're not letting them piece it out, even though this country wants to, and this country wants to, and the gray country is just holding at this point this country not to. So we're just gonna see a stalemated war here for a while. A lot of back and forth, but yeah, after a few more decades, well, we see like this red team right here getting involved, and well, that was kind of surprising, because, well, it absolutely just destroys this country from this side, and well, with that happening, this country just takes that, and they keep pushing in. They capture the old capital, and these guys meet here and take the rest of the country and split it at this point. And well, at this point, this blue country isn't really a country anymore. This country, because this is like a couple, like 50 or 60 years war. At this point, this country right here just fully military occupied these guys, so they could fight this thing. Well, in the peace treaty, we just basically have like a split happening. Let me draw the peace treaty and I'll get back to you in a second. So in the peace treaty, we see the red team taking this land and the gray team just annexing the rest of the country, and now they're the strongest country, and well, this like Delhi country isn't happy about that, so they invade and annex this country. I'm not even gonna draw it in. It's not even a fair fight. They capture the capital instantly, basically, and annex it. So yeah, now these two are basically having a cold war on the peninsula. This country is influencing this one. This Delhi country is influencing this one, and yeah, it's just a mess now in this country. But in the south of this gray country, do see like this area over here gaining independence. This country right here gains independence, like this Sri Lankan country. And well, yeah, this gray country is like, fine, we don't need you anyway. And yeah, I think that's gonna work. That's where I'm gonna end this video. I'm hoping it's gonna be a shorter one, but I had a lot of wars and a lot of peace treaty to draw in, so I think it should be kind of shortish, like 20 hopefully. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna draw in capitals and stuff and erase fix all the other stuff that I need to do still. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again.